Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I connected my PlayStation 4 Pro to LG UD69P monitor just to check it out to see how well it's going to work on some games. We're gonna test a bunch of games here just to see how well they work. First, we're gonna start with Horizon Zero Dawn, and then we're gonna move on to Uncharted 4 and maybe do some Call of Duty just to see how well it runs. Obviously, I don't have the fraps. There is no way for me to test the frames per second, but I will be able to tell you the response time and how smooth it is with the Freesync on. I do have a Freesync on extended, which is the highest Freesync mode that you can choose from. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's do some tests here on a PlayStation 4 Pro and 4K monitor LG UD69P. UD69P. Alright, so the first thing, let me just show you how well it responds. It's pretty good. It's not bad. Let me check the resolution. Let's go to the settings. Let's go over here first to the settings before we start our tests. Let's see what we got going on. We got to go to sound and screen, resolution. We're going to click 2160p RGB. Or YUV. Let's go to YUV 420. Let's click on it. Let's see what happens. I'll put automatic RGB range. I'll put it to the full there. I don't think there's any point me turning the HDR on because this TV doesn't support HDR. Okay. So, however, it does support YUV 420. Which is a good format, and it's not a 10-bit. First of all, people need to understand the only way this monitor can be a 10-bit if it supports wide color gamut HDR, but it doesn't support HDR. It only supports 4K. However, besides HDR, it has other features like IPS built-in panel that gives you much variety of color and depth. And you can view it from different angles. And also it has 60 hertz and Freesync mode. 3 different Freesync modes. Alright, once we have checked that out, let's go back. Yeah, I'm using a controller just so you guys can see. Maybe I can bring it a little bit closer for you guys. Is this good? Okay, I think this is better. So we're gonna start. First game, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. So we're gonna click on it. First, let's update. Once I finish my updates, then we're gonna continue. Let me skip through this. Let me update this really quick because I haven't used this game in a while. Let's update it, and then as a matter of fact, I have to update my system. I haven't used my PlayStation 4 in a while. So as soon as I update this, we're going to go through these video games, okay? And first of all, I would like to apologize for some of you for me being inactive on my PlayStation videos and my PlayStation club that I have, Mr. 4K Upscaler Club. I need to kind of get back into it, be more interactive. But I'm sure you guys understand, that I was busy with doing OLED TVs. I was busy doing other products as well. So, all right, let me give you my first impressions from what I'm seeing right now. It looks razor sharp. I'm gonna try to explain this in the best basic terms that I can explain. When you're connecting this to your TV, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. It's a bigger TV. You know, you have all that detail, but there's something missing. There's the uniformity that's missing. I'm sure you guys know what uniformity means, and for those of you who don't know what uniformity means, you know, Google is your friend. Google it, because I only have a short period of time to explain everything here. I might do a separate video on uniformity. Or you can go to the HD TV test. Vincent will explain that to you in detail. Uniformity means you got much better, sharper detail. The colors look more natural. Everything right now on this monitor looks natural. From each angle you can look at it, you will see that it just looks beautiful. And I'm not even like in the game. I'm just like on a display menu, but it still looks amazing. All right, granted, it doesn't have HDR. I understand that it's not a 10-bit, but sometimes HDR, it's overrated. You know, I always said that to me, OLED never needed the HDR because OLED in itself looks great, has perfect deep dark levels and great color with a good, decent peak brightness. So I never felt like OLED needed the HDR that much. Okay, but anyway, let's continue. There are a lot of different benefits of having a monitor besides just, you know, bigger screen. Yes, if you want to enjoy bigger screen, then obviously you're going to play in a bigger screen, but monitor has its accolades as well. You know, the picture looks more like a wallpaper, you know, like a painting, you know what I mean? You know, when you look at the painting and has that nice fresh paint on it, and that's how monitor looks. Like that's how this monitor looks. Everything looks sharp. Even the hold on. Let me get my low light. Even the letters here, they look razor sharp. And I know my camera, it's not doing it justice. I understand that. I get that. But you guys will just have to take my word for it. This looks amazing. Okay, well, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Hold on. I'm trying to get this as organized as much as I can. Like this. We'll do it like this. Here's my controller, so you guys can see if there's any like latency. There's barely any latency. And let me check and see if my Freesync it's on. Hold on. Let me click over here. Let me go to the game menu. Actually, let me close that. Let's go to the menu. Let's go to the picture settings. Game adjust. Okay, the sync mode, it's on. If you guys can see it, it's right over here. Black stabilizer, it's all the way to the 0, so that way I get those deep dark levels. And Freesync, which is right in the middle right over here, it's on extended. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to bring it a little bit closer. Hold on. I'll bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's go to the menu, picture, game adjust. You see, I have the response time to the fast, Freesync to the extended, and black stabilizer to the 0 to get those deep dark levels. Okay, and so far it looks very nice, man. It really looks nice. And there's no input lag here. There's barely any latency. It runs smooth. I mean, you're definitely going to enjoy. Even though this is not a true native 4K, it's a upscaled 4K. I mean, not upscaled. I'm sorry. Checkered board. It's a checkered board. Checkered board 4K. Checkered board meaning it's a 3D rendered 4K. It's not a native source, but it's a checkered board rendered 4K, which still looks pretty good on this monitor. I mean, it looked good on my TV as well, but the reason why it looks so good on this monitor, because it's a 27-inch monitor, it has better uniformity. And when you have a better uniformity, then the pixels will be able to fill in all that detail, and it's going to make it look razor sharp. And this game does look razor sharp here. You see it when the clouds are passing by, it gets darker. And the deep dark levels are nice as well, man, honestly. It looks really good. Let's go up to the light a little bit here. As you can see on my controller, it really runs smooth. No issues, no problems, no hiccups. Let's get a little bit higher on the top over here. Looks really good. Alright, so that's Horizon Zero Dawn, and I can tell you that it looks really good. As you can see, deep dark levels are excellent here. You can watch it from each angle, doesn't matter. Like, you can watch it from this angle and it's gonna look good, just as good, or that any angle you want, because it's the IPS panel. And that's the benefit of getting the IPS panel. And of course, when it comes to the IPS, LG is really the king of that. They're kings in two things, LG. They're kings in making the OLED TVs and IPS panels. And again, you know, this camera really, it's not doing what I'm seeing right now, guys. It's 100 times better than what you guys are seeing through this camera. You'll just have to take my word for it that this looks really nice. It's not blue like this. That's because of my camera temperature. It is gray. Here it's gray, it's cloudy, okay? And everything gets razor sharp. And I mean really, man, it's razor sharp. I don't know if I can get it closer or not, but it looks razor sharp, man. She looks razor sharp. The textures look razor sharp. Everything looks razor sharp. It looks fantastic. It's almost like you're playing a PC Horizon Zero Dawn game. It looks that good. All right, the next step, because I only have 22 minutes left to do this. The next step is going to be Uncharted 4. So let's go and do Uncharted 4 right now. It's already 13 minutes. Let's do Uncharted 4. But here, let me show you a little bit more before we do Uncharted 4, just so you see what I'm talking about and just how sharp this looks on this monitor. It's really sharp, man. It looks great. Alright, so Uncharted 4 coming up right now. Alright, here we are, Uncharted 4. It's loading up. Soon it's finished, I'm gonna do one scene in a game. We'll check it out. Alright, we're gonna do a level called A Normal Life, which is inside a house. And I'm gonna just examine the graphics to see how well it looks. This is a 2560 by 1440, right? I think it's a checkerboard 1440p to 4K. So we'll see how it looks. It should look really good because it looked great on my television, both OLED and Samsung KS8000. I can tell you right off the bat that this, hold on, let me get my low light. I can tell you off the bat that this looks really good. Looks detailed, looks sharp. You can watch it from each angle like this. Here, let me move it this way. No bending light. Looks pretty good. Now, if you don't hear a sound, that's because I forgot to hook up my speakers to it, because this TV actually doesn't have any speakers. I have to note that it doesn't have speakers, but it does have the output for you to use the headphones or to use the whether headphones or speakers you can use to output the sound. It's not a big deal. I have plenty of speakers. I have plenty of sound bars, so it doesn't bother me that much. It's just I forgot to plug it in, you know. Okay, we're gonna skip through this really quick. We're gonna get to the action. Alright, so here we are. I have to turn off my light because there's too much light bleeding from my room, from the windows. It's very bright outside, so I had to kind of put the shades on and turn my light off, so that way there's no reflection going into the matte finish of this monitor. It runs smooth. Obviously, this is 30 frames per second, so don't expect the frames to go any higher than this. It looks very sharp, like the textures become more sharper. Considering this is a 2560 by 1440, I believe, checkerboarding, it looks really good. Upscaled to 4K here, it definitely looks really good. The benefits of having those deep dark levels, it's because of using that leveler, the black leveler that they have on this monitor, which you can adjust your deep dark levels in the game. You can see right here how sharp the textures are right on the monitor, on the screen. It looks really good, especially right here. Like right here, look at the shadows, and then look at the detail right there on the textures. You know, the one benefit that this monitor has, it really gives you the sharp image of the content that you're watching. That's because it's smaller, has a better uniformity, and the pixels, they get squeezed into a small canvas, and therefore you get much better, sharper detail. And of course, with the color, with the IPS, you get that better uniformity as well. So it's just gonna look better. Like, look at the deep dark levels here, just perfect. It looks great. I mean, there's a lot of, this is inside the cells. It's a bit darker here, but trust me, it looks really good here, man. My camera is not depicting just how good this looks. Here, let me get a little bit to the light here, just so you guys can see a little bit of that detail. Alright, since I only have like a couple more minutes left, let me do one more test. Let's try to see how well some other games look on this monitor as well. Alright, Tekken 7. We're going to check out Tekken 7 to see how well it runs. It should look pretty good here on this monitor, so we're going to go check it out. Alright, so here we go. Let's do this. It looks very nice, man. No matter what you throw on this monitor, it just makes everything looks better on the upscale. It really, the upscale is gonna look great here because the 27-inch, better uniformity, IPS. There's no barely any latency here, no input lag. It just looks smooth as a butter, man. Again, my camera here, remember, I'm not doing this video to like prove to you with my camera, because I know I can't prove it to you with my camera. You'll just have to see this for yourself. You will get a razor sharp image that you won't be able to get on your TV, okay? But you're gonna get that razor sharp image, and that IPS gonna make it look like it's a fresh canvas paint, like we're looking at the painting, and it's really nice. It doesn't hurt your eyes. It's just much better uniformity, man. It just looks better. And this is not even a 4K game. This is a 1080p game, upscaled to 4K, and it looks great. You know, that's why it's so important to point that out. Alright, we're going to do one more battle here, and then I'm going to end this video. I'll do some more videos on PlayStation 4 Pro. This is just my first attempt to see how well it looks, and it looks great, you know. I'm really impressed so far with this monitor, you know. It does everything well. So far, I've thrown PlayStation, I've thrown PC on it. I'm going to try Nintendo, Xbox One S. I'm going to try 4K player to see how well the movies look on it as well. But so far, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed on how it handles and how it makes these games look good. You're definitely gonna appreciate. Look, if you don't want to use a big TV and you just want to use a monitor, this is a great monitor for you to use for this game. Honestly, I mean for this console, for PlayStation 4. If you have a PlayStation 4 Pro and you're looking for a 4K monitor, this is like the best entry-level 4K monitor that you can get, I think, in my opinion. I know it doesn't have HDR, but sometimes it's not all about the HDR. HDR can be overrated sometimes. Performance, it's the key sometimes, and the quality. You're definitely gonna have that razor sharp quality on this monitor. It's just the games will look really nice. All right, so I'm gonna end this video.